as a senior outreach associate for the nonprofit group Every Town for Gun Safety, which advocates for gun control and against gun violence.
Oh my God.
So good to see you. First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss. I mean, many times I've only talked several times over the years. Do you feel like you are reliving the loss of your son, especially when you first heard about the shooting at Oxford High School?
Well, I think about these kids, Hannah, Tate, Madsen, and Justin, and when these things happen to young people like my son and these 4 kids, I mean, you just think about all the life they had ahead of them, and how much, I know that Hannah was supposed to play in her first high school basketball game that evening. And my son Chris was a basketball player, and Tate, played football, and my son played football. And Madsen was an artist, and she loved to draw, and my son did. And so, I mean, those things don't mean anything to your audience in general, but
it was a Keith.
It makes these kids, real
older than Keith
to me. And Justin had
15
3
years
jobs that he worked at after school. These were people's children.
Sister used to live there.
These were young people who
had
just spent Thanksgiving with their families and were looking forward to, Christmas vacation and the holidays. And Sandy Hook during this time period too, because December 14th is going to be, that was the day that Sandy Hook took place.
Right, a marker. I mean, all lives senselessly cut short, and so many lives, including yours and all the family members of all of these victims, impacted forever. According to a CNN tally, this was the 32nd school shooting since August 1st. I mean, that number is astounding. If there's a way in which to explain, why is this happening? What is your mind hold on to in terms of why this does keep happening? Especially after Sandy Hook, after the shooting involving your son. Collectively, people say this has got to be the last time. It can't happen.
And the kids don't come over till what, like 6?
Yeah.
Well, in this particular case, if kids weren't able to get their hands on guns, we wouldn't have school shootings like we had this week. Responsible gun ownership means storing guns locked, unloaded, and separate from the ammunition. And when parents and gun owners fail to uphold this responsibility, and tragedy